Hey your planty peeps, welcome back to NichesPlants. My name is Kanisha, also known as Niche, and as you know on this channel we talk about plants. Now this video was, I basically did an Instagram poll because I wasn't sure which video to put out next. Thank you so much for those of you that were happy and patient enough for me to basically put out a video this Sunday, not last week. Basically last week, the last few weeks, for the last few months, my work have been absolutely hectic, crazy. I got through last week and it's only at the end I was like, oh my gosh, I've not done a video. Hours have been long, days have been long. Yesterday and today is kind of the first day I've had off for like a few weeks. So sorry about that, but thank you so much for just being like, yeah Niche, put it out next week, it's fine. I really appreciate you. So I did a poll on Insta in regards to 6 video ideas because I wasn't really sure which one to put out next, and this video came out top. I will kind of work through the others, so you will see those videos. But basically this is, yeah, my most expensive plants in my collection. As you saw in the title, 2k plus. Yes, I basically thought for this that I would go through each plant, let you know what I paid for them, as well as what their current value is now, which some of them are hard to do, but in no particular order. We're just going to start going through them. So let's get to it. As you can see here, she is a good size. She's currently on the lowest shelf in my greenhouse cabinet because she's too tall for the other shelves. Again, I know I still need to rearrange, but like I said, work's been crazy. So these are kind of, this is what she looks like. We do have another leaf coming up there, you can see. So really excited about that, to see what that leaf looks like. Now this plant, I actually bought her for about, if I remember correctly, I want to say £80. Now let me explain. I got her when she was juvenile. I imported her from Indonesia, so hence why the price is what it was. Juvenile, I paid about £80. I would say now she's probably worth about £150 in comparison to some of the Regal that I've seen available. So yeah, that's my Aetherium Regal. Obviously we love the veinage, can't wait for that to increase, which you can see the difference between this leaf, that's obviously increased, and this leaf's reflected that. So hopefully this little bubble will give us some more veination. But yeah, my Aetherium Regal, definitely worth it. Love her to bits. I just need to rearrange the shelf so she can just fit and be free. So yeah. Plant number 2 is my Aetherium Bti, also known, initially named Debilis, but also known as Bti, because basically I believe with this plant it doesn't have a sex, basically, hence why it's called Bti and not Debilis. But this is it. It came with these leaves initially, this leaf here, this one, and this one. It started to go yellow, but the yellow's kind of stopped, and then this was my first leaf in my care. As you can see, it's beautiful. It doesn't need watering. Now, I got this from a UK online store. I paid 210. I think the price has come down a little. As usual, when plants first kind of emerge or come out or are known to the plant community, the price is a little higher, and then sometimes they'll drop or level out, or they'll remain. So this has gone down a little bit. I think from what I've seen now, it's about 200. So, you know, £10 less. But yeah, I paid 210 for this. I do love it. When it comes out, it's really beautiful. It was slow, or did I say it's slow to put out a first leaf? Not really, because it was acclimatizing, getting used to my environment. But yeah, this is it. It's lovely, it's beautiful. You can go on my Insta for more pics, because I'm gonna put up a little video about its growth and, you know, just show you that. But that's the Aetherium Bti. So the next plant is my Aetherium Bti, which is also known as the King Anthurium. Now, a little story with this one. This was the first leaf to grow in my care. It came with a leaf that was a little smaller than this, and a few leaves with like a lot of brown on it. Basically, it was a rehab plant. And before whole Brexit and everything else, I bought it from a friend in the Netherlands, and I bought it for £80. It was basically the stump with a tiny little leaf and some really damaged leaves that were brown. And obviously she said, you know, it's a rehab plant. I was like, yeah, fine, let me take it on. So yeah, I bought it as a rehab. Obviously it's giving me that leaf. This one, it stayed small for a while, and then this was the first kind of leaf of a good size. And now you can see this one is really grown and it's getting into its own now, and we've got a bit more abs, which I'm loving. So hopefully the next leaf will just kind of continue to put on size and more abs for me. But I'd say this now, again, from what I've seen, is probably worth about 150. I know some that are slightly larger with less leaves, but obviously because they've got a couple of bigger leaves, it's 220. So I'm thinking this is about 150. Just to know, with a lot of these plants, because not all of them are readily available, like I don't see, people might have them in their collections, but you don't always see them for sale. So sometimes it's hard to work out what their price is. Not so much for the Bti, but a few others that I'll show you, because I've not seen them on sale for much, or it's just been a cut-in. So it's trying to work out where it stands in regards to market value. But currently I'd say this is 150, but I bought it as 80 because it was a stump with a very small, actually a stump with 2 leaves that were about this size, but half cut off because they're all brown. So it literally, obviously they dropped those, grew it from the stump, had a small leaf, and grown from there. So that is my Aetherium Bti. Actually, do you know what? I said 150 for the Regal. When I think about it, I saw one the other day at 120, and that was like a baby one with a leaf at that size. So maybe this is more like 170, 180. Let me know your thoughts. I'm not really sure. I've not seen those on sale recently. I've either seen a really big one for like 250 or a small one at 120 with 1 leaf. So I think that's probably about 170, 180, let's say. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. The next is my love. Look at her. So I bought this as a birthday present for myself, because this was like my #1 wishlist plant for ages. And it had this leaf and this leaf, and I bought it at 385. Yeah, just under £400. And then when I got it, as you can see, I've left it in the pot that's actually come in. And I know every time when I've shown you in other videos, like when I've done tours and stuff, I've said I will take it out of the pot and repot. I know I need to. I really need to. Now that work's slowed down, I'm repotting some plants. I'm gonna make a stake for it, a moss pole for it, which I might do a video for you guys actually. But yeah, I'm making a moss pole for it, and then I'll put it on, because you can see we've got aerial roots there that are wanting to climb, and even you can see on these here, they're like, give me something to grab hold of. So I will take it out of this pot, gently take my time obviously with all the roots and everything else. But that was the first leaf that came through. That was the second, absolutely gorgeous. This was the third. Fourth leaf, which again, they're all beautiful, and this is the most recent, which I love. Like, look at that, so gorgeous. So yeah, it definitely needs to be put on a pole. I kept it in the greenhouse to see if like it would grow a bit quicker with regards to humidity, but I don't think it's really had much of an effect. Philodendrons, whether they're in high humidity or average low humidity, they seem to do all right. So I will kind of take this out and just put it on the shelf once I'm put it on a pole, and then let it do its thing. But yeah, so currently I would say, so in regards to price, I got this as 2-leaf cuttings for 385. I've seen single leaf cuttings at 285, smaller ones at 170, 180s, 200s. So I'm thinking this plant, and let me know if you think I'm wrong, or if you've got a better idea in regards to working out its current value. I would say its current value is probably 450, 500. I would say, considering obviously we've got high variegation throughout on every leaf, minus this one, that's the least amount of variegation. But then we got this and we've got that, and the variegation does move from a lime green to a cream to dark cream to a light. Literally, I've got light cream, dark green, mint green, lime green. It's lovely. So yeah, I'm thinking 400, 450, 500, I think. Let me know if you agree or not, or you think I'm totally out. But yeah, that's my Philodendron Florida Beauty. Next is a plant that you would have seen in a couple of videos ago that I imported from Ecogenera, and that is the Anthurium Messier. Now you can see this plant is beautiful. We've got red undersides of those leaves. This is literally how it's come. I've left it in moss and perlite. You can see from the root action, it's loving it. Look at that. absolutely loving it. So I will be putting this into a self-watering pot soon. I'm literally just gonna take it out, put it in there because I think it's good to go, and it's got, as you can see, good established roots. It's comfortable. So I'm gonna do that, leave that in the greenhouse, and then hopefully it'll give me a new leaf. I bought this now. As I said, I imported it from Ecuador. So in importing it, it cost me £180, British pounds. It was $250, and at the time that equated to £180, sorry. Its current value, as in the UK, if I was to sell it, is about $350. So yeah, again, another import where you can kind of save some pounds. But yeah, I got it $180 because I got it from Ecuador and it was on sale for $250. But its current UK value, like current value in pounds, would be $350. So this is my Messier. It is gorgeous. It's lovely, and especially with like the red on the back of the leaves. Absolutely, absolutely love. So yeah, really looking forward to it giving me a new leaf to see what the colour looks like when it comes through. But yeah, Aetherium Messier. Okay, so the next in line, I got this plant as a cutting, a one leaf cutting. And obviously just rooted it, and now it's flourished. I have actually cut it again, and I'm trying to root the cutting, which it was in water, it wasn't doing anything. Put it in perlite. I thought I probably shouldn't do that. I'm gonna take it out of the perlite and just put it in moss. But it's really just not, it's still alive. It's got another leaf on top. It's a 2-leaf cutting, it's a top cutting, but it's just not wanting to root. So however, I've got the base of which that has rooted, and I might chop that in 2, and that is my Philodendron Majestic. Here it is. You see how beautiful it is with that shimmer. That's the second leaf, and I did chop it. So I said I made the top cutting, which I did there. So we've got another leaf that's now come through, and I'm thinking about basically chopping this in 2 so this can have its own growth point, because as you can see, we've got more than enough roots for it to support itself. Now this, like I said, I got this as a cutting, but I did it via a trade. So I traded one of my plants for this leaf cutting. It was literally this leaf that I had. And at the time, the value of that cutting or that leaf was about $250, $300. Now, I know one leaf cuttings are still going for about $250, $300 if they're unrooted. Now, considering I've got obviously 1, 2, 3 leaves, I know this is a smaller one, and I've got a second cutting there. If it was one plant, I'm estimating maybe £400. I'm not really sure, because I was trying to do some research, Google, Facebook, Insta, and everyone's selling cuttings. I've not actually seen someone sell a full plant to be able to know what the average price would be. So going by cuttings, and obviously I'm not just going to take that cutting and times it by how many I have, I'm just kind of give you a round off figure. A plant of this size with another 2 leaves about the same size would be about 400 maybe. But again, let me know if you think I'm off, or let me know if you actually know and you're like, no Kenisha, this is actually what it would be worth. The other cutting, I don't know if you can see it, is there. I might put in a little video so you can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, that's my Philodendron Majestic. I love this plant. Again, I need to make a moss pole because it's doing its thing now. I just put it on the moss pole and let it grow and be beautiful and just give me all the shimmer that it can give me. So here it is. So yeah, I basically got it for free because I traded it, but its current value, I'd say as a whole plant, maybe 400, 450. Let me know your thoughts, I'm not sure. Okay, so the last plant is one of, well, no, I'm lying, it's not the last plant, but this one, second to last, is absolutely one of my favorites. I had a larger plant and I propagated it and I sold some cuttings, which was fine. However, I then had 2 leaves left and I was like, yeah, it's doing all right. And then it just went downhill and literally dropped those leaves over a period of time. And I was like, oh, grew great roots. So now it's growing back, but it's growing very slowly. Anthurium, Ace of Spades, look at it. It's so small, absolutely so small. And it's a slow grower. You can see at the back there, we've got roots there, and it does have roots, you know, it's doing its thing. but it is tiny and it's taken a while to push out another leaf, which I don't mind because I absolutely adore this plant. It's like one of my absolute favorites. And yeah, like I'll put in a picture of what it looked like when it was a little maturer. So this is what I'm waiting for it to get back to, and then obviously just to let it grow and grow and grow. I'm not going to cut it again, definitely not. But it's my Ace of Spades. I bought this. Now, here's the story with this. I initially got this, the individual selling it wasn't doing well in their care. It's very juvenile, like really juvenile. Like it was a seedling, and it wasn't doing well in their care. They posted to me. I bought it, the seedling, for £40. I know. I bought it for £40, and basically just put it in water because it was literally a tiny seedling on a stump, but it was going yellow and it wasn't doing great. So I put it in water, let it root, put it in moss, continued to let it root. It gave me a few leaves, and then I was like, oh, this is an Ace of Spades. So that's how I got it. So currently, I would say this is probably worth about £300. I think. Again, I was trying to do some research, and all the Ace of Spades that I could see were absolutely huge, and obviously the prices matched that. I'm not seeing a seedling Ace of Spades or even a smaller Ace of Spades that's for sale. So do let me know what you think this is worth. I'd be actually quite interested to know. So yeah, in the comments, let me know what you think it's worth, or let me know if you think any of the ones that I've mentioned and what I think its current value is out, or you think it's something different. Throw down in the comments if you've had one or sold any or bought any. Let me know. It'd be actually quite interesting, and let me know where you are, whether you are Europe, UK, US, Asia. Let me know, because I'm actually quite interested to see how prices may vary depending on people's locations. So my Aetherium Ace of Spades. So this plant, I know people is sought after. A lot of people do want one, from what I can see in Facebook groups and people in search of on IG tags and stuff. And this is another Indonesian import. I paid, I believe it was it £40? It was juvenile. When I say juvenile, it actually came with a leaf that was like that small. Literally, it was 2 leaves of this size when I got it. Now that was £40, as in Great British pounds, obviously. But I paid for it obviously in rupees, Indonesian rupees. So again, importing from Indonesia. The plants themselves are cheaper. However, you do have import tax and phytosanitary and documentation and duty tax and everything else. But the plant itself, and I did buy a few at the time, but the plant itself, I believe, was £40, no more than £45. Currently, now, I believe the plant in its current state is about maybe 400, 450. Why do I say that? I say that because my research that I've done, both in looking at UK plant stores, again, Facebook groups where people are selling plants, or Instagram posts where people are selling this plant, it's usually a 1 leaf cutting or a 2 leaf rooted plant with a growth point. And that 2 leaf, probably about this big, literally, the plant, not the leaf, 2 leaf plant with a growth point is £250. So going by this, I thought, you know what, it's got 5 leaves. It's grown, obviously it's bigger. If I double that, 500, maybe 500, 400, 500. I'm not actually sure what people would pay for this size plant. Again, I've not seen one being sold at this size. They're always smaller or they're cut in. So again, let me know what you think. But this is the Philodendron Majestic. Here it is. Now it desperately needs repotting. As you can see, it's crawling out the pot. It's got a leaf that I need to take that leaf off, I know. But you can see it's crawling out the pot. We've got another growth point there. You can see it's chunky. That one's gone, which I will take off. We've got roots that are starting to come out the base of the pot here. That's why I'm holding it like this, because I need to weight it, otherwise it's gonna fall forward. But this is it. This is my Philodendron Majestic. Absolutely love this plant. Like, just look at it. Got pink on the back as well. It's just gorgeous. They're big leaves. They are good sized leaves, as you can tell. This is the newest leaf. But yeah, it's a gorgeous plant. I've currently got it down on the floor. I am going to repot it. I've got a pot for it. But yes, when I bought it, The first leaf was probably like a quarter of this. It was just like that. And now they're really, really good sizes. So this is my Philodendron Dean McDowell. My pride and joy, my absolute love. Yeah, do you know what, I've been putting off repotting this because I love it so much, and I'm like, oh, if I disturb it and something goes wrong, I don't want anything to go wrong. But I'm like, you have to repot it because it's literally crawling out of the pot, literally, and these guys want to get down in some soil and whatever else. So yeah, let me know what you think it's worth. I would say about 450, 500, I think. Again, that's only me going off seeing smaller 2-leaf plants at 250. So yeah, I'm gonna put this down now. Whew. Okay, so these are my most expensive plants. I absolutely adore them. I hope you've enjoyed. Please do like, subscribe, share, because it really does help my channel. I want to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, which is 5.5 months. So if you could help me or support me in any way, it'd be really, really appreciated. But as usual, dare to dream, live to grow, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.